So faith and fear both demand that you believe in something that you can't see, and it's up to you to decide if you want to. Oh, they're gone. Anyways, so yeah, this morning I want to talk about how we're going to reduce stress and anxiety of 2020. And the way that we do that is we start to sort through our lives. And when we sort through our lives, this will ultimately give us the results of clarity and confidence. And how does that come about? So first, you want to begin this process by reflecting and meditating. You will reflect and meditate. And what I mean by that is not like to the extreme. You reflect on your life by either asking yourself questions. You reflect on your life by just sitting and being grateful and having a gratitude practice. Maybe you are taking a walk and just like, this is what I did for my birthday. I took a walk and I just walked and just was being grateful and thankful for the things of my life for 30 years. And you can do that by just saying, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for my eyes. You can start from your head and go down to your feet. And it's not just physical things of our limbs, but your eyes, and say, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for my nose. I'm grateful and I'm thankful for my mouth. And the reason that you're grateful and thankful for these things is because your head, your eyes allow you to see, your mouth allows you to speak, your mouth allows you to eat, your nose allows you to smile. And there are people in this world that don't have eyes, don't have a nose, it's probably crazy to think about, but some people don't have all of these things. So as you slow down to reflect and be grateful and thankful for these things, then you begin to move into a space of gratitude, which helps you to better be equipped to be accepting of more. Because sometimes we can get overwhelmed, and in this day and time, there are lots of media and commercials that reflect to us and like push to us, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. And most of them, if you pay attention to commercials, most of them are marketing to you off of your lack of confidence. They're marketing to you the lack of security that you have in yourself. So if you begin, for me, and this is not to boast or brag, I've done the work. So I can say that I have gotten to a place of confidence in myself that those commercials and things, I'm not really buying into them as much as I used to. I don't think I need the makeup all the time. I don't think I need and that's not to say that you shouldn't wear makeup. I had some on and I took it off this morning because it was making my face itch. But the thing about it is, I'm not easily to buy into I need something more because I'm grateful for all that I have. And that's not to say on tomorrow that I won't be grateful for all that I have. That's not to say that sometimes I get on this video and I'm like, I wish I had better lighting. I wish I had this or that. It's not to say that those thoughts don't come, but because I have sat down and reflected on all that I already have, those thoughts aren't able to just sit there and I easily grab them. I can just calm down and say, well, Sierra, you may not have this, but you have that, and you have this, and you have this, and you have this. You have a beautiful family. You have an ability to speak and talk to others and encourage them. You have a daughter. You have a son. And these are just things that I'm just naming off the top of my head. You have your limbs. You're healthy. Your hair is growing. Like anything that you can think of that you are thankful and grateful for, you start to reflect on those things, and it helps you to be grounded in where you are, and it helps you to be more present to where you are. So moving from there, the reflection process, I have gratitude there, and then reflection questions. And hey, Tara, if you are wanting to reflect more on where you're presently at and try to look towards the future, the reflection questions, and I will post them. And if you message me, I can send them to you. The reflection questions help you to see where you are and get you to where you're trying to go. And I can name off a few of those questions. I did 21 questions in the group before, but you can see probably like 11 or 12, but I had my son in the middle of it, so I stopped doing it. But like the first question of these 21 questions, it asks you what surprised you in 2019 and why. Another one is, what are your top 3 talents? What did you do, create, and experience in 2019 that you're proud of? What are your weaknesses among women and among men? And by answering these questions, you're able to sit down and reflect on, this is mine from 2018. I don't know what my 2019 one is right now, but you're able to sit down and reflect on what all went on in 2019, and this will help you to better see where you want to go for 2020. And then the last one, I have a dream exercise that I do where I like sit down and I ask myself, if you knew that you would not fail, what would you do? If you just took a chance today and you say, if I would not fail, what would I be doing? And then you take and you write that stuff down. You just keep writing, you keep writing and keep writing until your mind just becomes empty. And you're just saying this. And for me, if I knew that I would not fail, I would be doing what I'm doing now, which is talking to other women, encouraging of self-reflection and self-love, so that you can be better off and equipped for women that have children. You can be better equipped for your children. You can be better equipped for your boyfriend, for your husband, for just for yourself ultimately. But usually we think about others when we are reflecting. But I'm wanting women to get back to a place of self-reflection so that you can help yourself, and then you can better show up for other people. And then the number 2 of reducing stress and anxiety for 2020 is the part of organizing or compartmentalizing your life, meaning that you will set up things. Hey, Khadijah, I have to text you, but compartmentalizing your life into different areas of the mental, the physical, intellectual or social, spiritual, financial, and then you sit down and you write those goals down. I have an exercise that I'm going to show y'all that I did, and I don't know if y'all be able to see it clearly, but for this part of it, you compartmentalize your life into those different compartments of spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, financial, and then you begin to write out what you want to happen in those areas. And this is where you are starting to compose your vision for 2020. But first you want to reflect and you want to meditate, because you want to become grateful and thankful for 2019 and everything that has happened, the good, the bad, the ugly, the in-between. And then you want to dream and just let your mind, just like a child. Children don't know, but sometimes my daughter has on rain boots, a princess dress, and a crown. I don't mess with her. That's her imagination. And that is something as adults that we forget to tap into, is our imagination. Imagine, just use your imagination. And if you knew that you wouldn't fail, what would you be doing? What would you be doing? I would be traveling the world and talking to people. If I knew I wouldn't fail, I would be pouring into other women from the stage, from workshops, from videos like this. That's what I would be doing. And that's what I dreamed. Wrote it out. I would be giving to organizations, just giving finances to organizations that I believe in. That's what I would be doing. And so this exercise will help you to start the dream process. This exercise will help you to start to see where you are. So first, this is the end of step 2, and this is where you start to compartmentalize everything. So if you see, I have the word heal. So that is me starting to cultivate my vision. I wanted to heal for 2019. And so this is not the entire picture. I actually have another one. I'll post it. But you'll put your word in the middle and heal. And for me, I start with the spiritual part, because I am aware that if you start with the spiritual, everything else will start to fall in place, and you see where you are spiritually, and it'll help you to see other things in the natural. So I put heal, and that's spiritual. And then here at the top, I have, I have mentally, what am I thinking? Is where mentally, I want to process, what am I thinking? And all of this goes back to healing, which is where I want to start. Mentally, what am I thinking? Where did this thought come from? Did it come from my parents? Did it come from my friends? Did it come from myself? And then that's what I want to fix mentally. Like, what am I consciously thinking? Because what we think is what actually shows up. So we want to go back to that place of figuring out what we're actually thinking. And then physically, I want to exercise. I want to lose my belly fat. So I put here, exercise daily for 30 minutes. Okay. Then I have 2 little things at the bottom from that says accountability, and the other one says workout plan. So I'm going to show you a workout plan that I created for last year. So this is really old, but from here, what you do is you're going to write down this is my morning routine at the top here. And then this one says faith requires action. make the move. And then there's a gym. There's my gym times that I was going from 4:15 to 5:35, and then there's a routine that I did there. And then on Tuesday, I wouldn't go to the gym. And every other day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, is when I would do the same thing I did on Monday. And then on Saturday, it was a little different. I did the gym. It depends on if my husband went to work. And then on Sunday, I would go to church, rest, reflect, and plan for Monday. And then here, there's a smaller thing of the times of what I wanted to do. Like the exercises from 4:15 for 4:35, I was doing jumping jacks. From 4:35 to 55, I was doing a Stairmaster. So you have to create a plan in order to back up what it is that you're trying to do, because that way you are being intentional about your time. So if you know you have to go to the gym in the morning at 6 o'clock, you wouldn't plan something else on top of that, because you know you're already going to be at the gym, because your vision tells you that I want to heal this year. And a part of my healing is to lose my baby fat. And that was my example. Emotionally, I wanted to see a therapist or a counselor. And then from there, emotionally, you would set your goals with your therapist or your counselor. Not saying that I'm suggesting everybody do that. I do that. I do see a therapist. But if I would recommend everybody, I don't care, the happiest person on this earth should see a therapist, because even when you're happy, you need somebody to talk to and express those things to. And one day, life is just gonna hit you in the butt, and you're gonna realize, man, I don't want to talk to my people about this. I don't want to talk to my husband. I don't want to talk to my friends about this. So I see a therapist. And so emotionally, what I wanted to happen in that area was to see a therapist. And when you're doing this, you don't want to think deep. You just want to say, okay, what is it? When you write this vision in the middle of where you want to start, I wish this was in black, but you do this vision in the middle of where you want to start. You want to cover all of these areas. For me, for healing, I also want to read my Bible more. So I put something out of here that says I want to study stuff that on trust and love. And then for financially, I wanted to save 40K. And that's a part of healing my finances by budgeting. And then you find or create a budget with something else I wrote there. And then for intellectually or socially, I wanted to hang out more. So I put text my friends and create social media. All of us have social media because you're on here, but it's like, basically you will start in the middle with what it is that you are starting to draft your first version of your vision. And it says, my vision is to focus, process, and heal my childhood wounds. So that was where the word heal came from. And then all of the other areas of mental, physical, emotional, financially, all of the other areas are areas that I want to compartmentalize and specifically write a goal for each of those things. And the only other area that did not make this is sexually. And that's just because that's a sensitive subject for people sometimes. But sexually, you can set a goal for that as well, whatever that is for you. And then, like I said, this is I guess you can call it a circle graph or something, but it basically, I'll let y'all see it for a little bit, see if y'all can read some of it, but it'll basically help you to put everything into perspective of what you want to do that year. And, each area of your life, you put something different as far as mentally, physically, emotionally. And then from there, I have to write the vision. And like I said, I just gave y'all the vision. My vision was to heal my childhood wounds in 2019. And so you set intentions to heal. And all of those things I just showed you on that paper were my intentions. And I said intentions intentionally because I don't want to set it as a goal. Because sometimes when we say the word goal, it makes us feel like we failed if we don't do what is necessary to get that goal. But if you set an intention, that's what you intended to do. So if you intend to do something, that means you're putting forth effort to get to that place. So even if I haven't healed completely from everything, I have began my process. So I did set an intention and I did meet that intention, which was to heal. Okay. And then by writing your vision, it becomes easier to say no. And what I mean by that is I wanted to heal last year. So anything that wasn't serving me with healing, I could say no to it. If I wanted to hang out more with my friends and my family. So if you're not a friend or you're not family, I can say, well, I thank you for, inviting me to the party, but no, thank you. I have something else I would like to do. And if you said something, if it was something like me saving 40K and you asked me to go out to eat and I've already been out to eat 3 times this week over my budget, then I'm going to say, thank you for thinking about me, but I really can't eat out this week, which I probably wouldn't do, what you're paying for me, then that doesn't align with my vision. So I'm going to say no to that. Let's go to another area. Physically, exercise daily for 30 minutes. Say I go to the gym at 6 o'clock and you offer to me to come to go eat breakfast at 6 o'clock. I can say thank you for thinking of me, and I know that food is going to be good and you enjoy your food, but no thank you because I have to go to the gym. So this will help you to stay in alignment with everything that you set yourself out to do, your intentions. So when anybody else asks of anything that's not with your intentions for or your vision for 2020, you can tell them no thank you. And the politest way that you can say it, no thank you. And then let's say I got down my belly fat and it's March of 2020 and I've gotten down my belly fat, guess what? I can go circle this, highlight it, take it off if you got it on a sticky note and say, oh my goodness, I've done this year and it's only March. So guess what? That's going to start to build self-belief because you now believing in yourself and you're like, oh my goodness, girl, you got that belly down. And so then you can go to your next area. Not saying you don't have to concentrate on one area, but you're just saying like, oh my goodness, I'm starting to believe in myself. This thing really works. So now you go to your next area and you don't just concentrate on that one area, but I'm saying like you go to your board and then you want to say, okay, what I want to work on next, or what is this that I'm doing next. You're doing all of this at the same time, or you can do it individually. It's really up to you. It's your board, it's your vision, however you want to do it. But it's like, you say, so now I'm reading my Bible daily and I'm starting to understand what trust is and love is. I'm building self-confidence. Oh my goodness, I have been reading my Bible for 30 days. Great job. I set my intention and I am meeting my intention. So from that self-belief comes a result. And from that result, it will start to build trust. You will start to build trust in yourself because you're like, oh my goodness. So that self-belief starts to go down to result because you got results. And from that result, you will have self-trust. You will start to trust yourself. So when other people are coming to you with things that don't align with who you are, you can say no in the most polite way. You can say thank you, but no thank you. You can make decisions now because you say you'll do it again the next year, or say you'll do it again for the next 30 days. And if this is your first time, I would say make a 30-day vision board, because if you do a year vision board, that may be too much for you to take in. For me, 90 days was what I did for my exercising, and then I started to work on everything else. So it's really up to you how you want to do it and which area that you want to tackle first, or if you want to do it all at one time, because it's your prerogative. However you want to do it, it's your business. But anyways, from all of this, we'll begin from having a 2020 vision board or just writing something down for your vision for the year. It brings clarity, and from that clarity brings confidence, which is both self-belief and self-trust. So from all of this stuff, you can just really start to love and know who you are just by getting here. And that stress and anxiety from 2019 won't come into 2020. Or if you do it in 2020, if you do your vision board in 2020, you won't be stressed out or anxious about things because you know what you're going to do. I said, I'm going to heal for 2020. I'm going to heal. So anything else, I'm not worried about it. If you're coming to me with drama, I'm trying to heal. So no, thank you. And it'll be funny if we all walked around like this with this on our forehead, like, hey, I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to heal. So anything else that doesn't align with that, pew, 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 you can get out the way, because this is my vision. So that is why it's important to do it, because that clarity comes from knowing what you are aiming for. Just like when people go, what do you call it? Hunting. They have a goal to shoot a deer, or shoot a hog, or shoot a bird, or whatever it is they're trying to eat. That is their goal. So when they're going out there and say, my goal when I go hunting is to shoot a doe, and I see a bird in my path, or I see a squirrel, I'm not trying to shoot that squirrel. I'm not trying to shoot that bird. I came here to shoot a deer. So that's what I'm here to do. So when and that gets out the stress and anxiety that may come from from any other animal that crosses my path. Okay, so now that's all out, I want to share 2 or 3 books with you and some materials. So when creating your vision board, you'll probably need a magazine, and then from this magazine you'll cut out some things that align with your vision. And since I said I wanted to heal, I guess one of the things that I can put on my vision board would be like, I guess physically would be like to lose weight. So I see a yoga mat. I'll go in here and I'll cut out a yoga mat and I'll put that on my board because that's a part of exercising. Sticky notes, you can use sticky notes to write down your intentions. You don't have to have pictures on your vision board, or you don't have to have pictures as a part of it at all. But if you do, it will help you to see what it is that you're trying to get to. But these I would write down my different areas. I would write down physical on one, tear it off. Write down mental on one, tear it off. I would write down emotional on one and tear it off. And put down my goals. And because I am cheesy, I got these stickers. My daughter has already taken over it, but these are Wonder Woman stickers, and because I believe I'm a Wonder Woman, like I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm brave, so I would take these stickers and I'll probably place them all over my vision board. And then there's a book called Who Moved My Cheese. This is an amazing book. You basically get to it's talking about cheese in a maze, and then there are mice, I think that's the plural, mice in the book. They're all in this maze trying to figure their way out, and you as the reader get to be one of the mice, and you'll be able to pick up on which one of the mouse that you are in the book. And I don't know which one the plural is for that, but anyways, it's some rats in the book. Okay, it's some rats in the book, and they're in the maze, and each of the rats some of them get out of the maze, some of them don't get out of the maze, some of them get stuck. So you figure out which one of the rats that you are in the book. And then 5 love languages. This is just preparation material that you can do. You don't have to do this. I just loved playing. But 5 love languages, because you can better understand yourself as far as how you love other people, how you love other people, and what your love language is. And there's 5 different ones: words of affirmations, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. And by knowing this, it saves you a lot of time, because when somebody don't speak your love language, then you can say, I don't want to date you, or I don't want to talk to you. And that's your prerogative. It's your business if you want to talk to somebody whose love language is physical touch and you don't like to be touched. That's your business. I don't want you. You can start eliminating people like that. And then also too with your family, you can, once you understand what your love language is, you can tell your family. And then better, like for me, I like words of affirmation. So when everybody was saying happy birthday, I was just the happiest girl on earth, because I like people to acknowledge me and say, hey girl, you doing your thing, or hey, happy birthday. That just makes me feel better. Okay, and then Strength Finder 2.0 by Tom Rath is an amazing book, because it helps you to they focus on your strengths and not your weaknesses, and it gives you some examples of what it looks like to be in that strength zone, and it tells you your themes of talent, like areas that'll help you with those strengths, and then it tells you a recipe for your strength. And then it even gives you a formula. I'm gonna give you the formula and I'll be done. It says talent, which is a natural way of thinking, feeling, or behaving, times investment, time spent practicing, developing your skills, and building your knowledge base, equals strength, the ability to consistently provide near perfect performance. So the way that he believes is that your talent, you invest time in your talent, and you will strengthen your strengths. It's an amazing book. You don't read it in its entirety. You take the test and then you go in and you read. There's like a glossary or something, like alphabetically, and it tells you whatever your strength is. You go to that tab. Say you're a maximizer, you'll go to this tab and you'll read what it means to be a maximizer, and he gives you some things on that. But yeah.